What has to do the way the body works with personal productivity? Keep watching and find out. Happy present moment and welcome to JeanetteSalvatierraTV. I'm your hostess, Jeanette Salvatierra. Some time ago, I met a woman who I call Caterina, who was a successful businesswoman with a thriving event organization company. One of those that prepares performers' presentations, galas, concerts, large conventions, parties, those kind of corporate and private events. She was working at that time with a couple of musicians and performers whose shows tours, including several cities at the same time. She was having some trouble with her customers, who complained that the quality of her services has been diminishing. Specifically, they complained about some activities she usually takes care personally. I met Caterina in a social gathering, and when I told her about my work as an educator and mentor, she asked to work with me to get my opinion about her time management and other productivity processes she thought were the cause of her reduced performance and, of course, of their client complaints. We started by reviewing the processes she has in place to deliver her company's services, as well as the performance of their team members and herself. Everything around processes and the resources she has were fine, but we noticed that in her own or individual case, a lack of focus and poor decision making and delegation were the sources of trouble. Analyzing the root cause of this situation, we found that she was sleeping poorly and worrying too much for the results. Her attention to the details, borderline to perfectionism, made her skip meals, eat in a rush, and take troubles to the bedroom that prevent her to rest deeply. Caterina case illustrates perfectly the relationship among our body functioning and personal productivity. When Caterina started to take care of her body by modifying her sleeping and eating habits, she started to think clearly, delegate effectively, and regain her clients' trust and high satisfaction with her company services. You are watching the second of a series of 4 videos about the fundamentals of my approach to personal productivity, which I have branded Conscious Productivity. These 4 fundamentals or pillars are related to personal characteristics and habits that affect the way a person operates, which is the base around all productivity processes must be developed. That is, all productivity approaches, to be effective, must consider these personal characteristics, be the 4 pillars that we have in this model. And those 4 pillars are called mission, which we reviewed in a previous video, physiology, which is our subject today, and narrative and mental energy, which we are going to explain in upcoming videos of this series. Now, to ensure you watch this entire series and other useful videos, subscribe to this channel. Activate the notifications by clicking on the little bell and be among of the first people to learn when we publish new content about productivity, leadership, emotional intelligence, and other topics to help you become a successful and happy businesswoman or entrepreneur. Also, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, share it with friends and colleagues, and help me achieve my mission of impacting lives positively with my message and with my work. And of course, leave us your questions, requests, etc. on the comments section below. Physiology is the study of the way our bodies function, the system that made our bodies, for instance, the cardiovascular system, nervous system, digestive, muscular, skeleton, etc. Physiology also studies our brain. Its important role as a control center of all our bodily functions, and many of which are automatic, like breathing, or the hormone productions, metabolism, etc. The first studies around physiology and productivity were made to improve the performance of highly competitive professional athletes. Much of the research of those studies are now applied to businesswomen and businessmen, as well as to artists and creators in general. The strong relationship among body and mind is also acknowledged regarding productivity. Then we talk about the following physiological habits and subsystems, considering the effect both on your body and into your brain and mind. The first subset of physiological related habits we study in this pillar has to deal with our rest habits. For rest, I mean nice sleep or deep night sleep, as well as some pauses that you may have during the day to recuperate physically and mentally. Think about it. From the 24 hours in a day, we invest 8 in work, 8 in our personal life activities, and the third 8 hours block we invested on sleeping and rest. As an adult, you may need, let's say, 6 to 7 or up to 7.5 sleep hours, and the remaining time of these 8 hours you can use it for napping, just relax, contemplating nature, breathing, or walking outdoors. An important personal characteristics is your biological rhythm, the distribution of your physical, mental, and physical energies during the 24 hours in a day. This distribution defines your circadian rhythm, which is the relationship among your awake and your sleep periods. This rhythm in general defines which are your most productive hours during a day. For the different distributions, in conscious productivity, we use what is called a chronotype. Many researchers and sleep specialists have developed tests to identify or to help you identify your chronotype. And this is a subject that in itself might deserve its own video. By now, I'm just going to share that we provide a simple set of questions or quiz to help you identify your chronotype, and that we use a metaphor from nature to make or to explain the different energy distributions that will help you organize your daily activities to become more productive. The second physiological set of habits we study in this pillar has to deal with your diet, what you eat and how you eat. The what portion analyzes, for example, how to define a healthy eating lifestyle. For instance, prefer to drink water, eating veggies, proteins, carbohydrates based on the glycemic index, and also eat fats. The how pays attention to the actual process of eating, frequency, portion sizes, and probably the mind habits, what we call the mind habits during your meals, such as speed, where is your mind, if you eat either seated or standing, etc. The third group of subsystems, physiological habits, relate to exercise. The human body is designed to move, to be used, not to be sedentary, not to be seated long periods of time. And we used to commonly do during these modern times. Besides the classic recommendations around exercising, for instance, do cardio combined with weightlifting, we also recommend that during your pauses, you include exercises as a means to relax your mind and provide your joints with a little lubrication to increase flexibility. Just by standing out, walking around the office or house, doing a little chore or activity, house activity, is enough to help your muscles and bones to stay healthy. Remember that with age, and I mean at any age, your body tends to lose muscular mass when you are you spend too much time seated. And also the sedentary lifestyle affect your equilibrium, your balance. You start to be shaking. And then the importance of exercises as much as you can. Avoid the classic excuses. I don't like to exercise at all, or alone. Well, look for a partner or accountability one. The weather. Well, exercise indoor. Even dancing is a great exercise. I don't have time is another kind of excuse. Combine your rest periods with some stretching. Copy your cat, as I said. And if you don't have a cat, which just look for a video of a cat and watch how the cat stretches. Stretching do wonders for posture, to reduce pain, for long working hours, especially when you do it in the same position, for instance, in front of your computing, or any other way that makes you stay on the same position for long periods of time. So move, you got the idea. And the fourth physiological habit or subset of habits has to do with mental and thinking habits. In this subsystem, we pay special attention to our brains. This sort of supercomputer which regulates all our most important or exclusively human capacities, which we call cognitive abilities, such as language, rationality, logic, learning, decision making, etc., as well as coordinating basic and automatic functions such as breathing, digestion, hormonal secretion, etc. Our thinking habits contribute to our brain's health, also provides us with motivation, with resilience, and other important, especially important attitudes that impact our personal productivity. The way we deal with our emotions or for instance, how we prevent anxiety or depression and other mental illnesses will definitely allow us to be more or less productive. In summary, the physiology pillar deals with our overall health, physical and mental health, which leads to optimal performance, where the whole body and mind usage allow us to reach goals with excellence. And pay attention here. I say excellence, not perfection. Excellence because we always put our best in anything we do. And when we fail, we learn for those failures to get better in our next attempt. Everything I explained so far and more with more details are explained in my conscious productivity courses. However, I'm going to share with you 4 powerful questions you can answer by yourself to identify your current situation regarding your physiology and its impact in your current personal productivity. The questions are: number 1, am I getting enough rest? Am I getting enough rest? The invitation here is to review your habits around sleep, naps, or powerful pauses. How many hours? How frequent? Number 2, how do I feel after finishing a meal? Review while answering these questions. What do you eat? How do you eat? Okay? Speed, posture, mental focus, feeling after meals, etc. Number 3, what's the state of my muscle, lung capacity, physical and mental agility? I will read again. What is the state of my muscles, lung capacity, physical agility, and mental agility? Regarding your muscles, review tone, flexibility. Regarding your pulmonary capacity, for instance, how long you have to run or walk to lose your breath. What about the speed you have to run or walk to lose your breath? Balance regarding physical agility is what you have to review, and regarding mental agility you have to review memory, information processing speed, and probably some kind of mental calculations. Do some math mentally and try to time yourself. Okay? And the 4th question is, when did I last take care of my mental health? This is not related to a visit to a therapist or psychologist or psychiatrist. Instead, it's related to how you perceive your attitude. Are you dealing with depression or you feel anxious? What do you do? Okay, those were the 4 questions. And you may be asking, why is physiology so important? Because our body is the vehicle for mind and soul. We need our bodies to deliver our value, that who we are, what we create or do differently, uniquely, better than anybody else. We need our bodies to accomplish our mission, the purpose of our lives. And this is the only body we got, so better take care of it to last and function properly for many years to come. Seriously, life expectancy has increased, and nowadays people are still working and living terribly busy lives well into their 70s, even 80s. Well, folks, that's all for today. Remember to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, comment and share this video. Thank you for watching. Blessings for you and your business, and we'll see you soon again in an upcoming episode of Jeanette Salvatierra TV.